Hey everyone, this is Hope from Pros Before Bros. Just tuning in shortly after my trip down to the Books by the Banks event. If you guys recall, I told you that Books by the Banks is a regional book festival that we have here in Cincinnati. Every year, I believe it's held at the Duke Energy Convention Center. And I finally was able to go to one for the very first time. And I have to say, it was amazing. It was freaking awesome. But yeah, I wanted to kind of just touch base with you, do a recap on what happened, what I was able to pick up. I got a lot of free swag while I was there, so I'm super, super excited about all that. And I got to really meet some amazing, amazing authors as well. So Books by the Banks, plural, is something that we've had in Cincinnati for a few years now. It's a way for us to get a lot of amazing authors in one big room to share their passion, to share their joy for books, and to also have an opportunity to sell their books in particular to fans or to future fans for that matter. So I was really excited about going because I believe there was going to be over 100 people there, 100 authors roughly, and they had panel speakers. They had events set up for kids. It was just a really awesome, awesome event, and it was a free admission event. It's still going on right now. If you haven't had a chance to go check it out and you're in Ohio, it's going on till 4 o'clock today. And that it's at, again, Duke Energy Convention Center on Elm in Cincinnati. Really easy to find. Parking is fairly accessible there. If you are in the area, definitely go check it out. So I was able to meet quite a few of the people on my list today that I really wanted to meet. There was two authors, actually three authors I didn't get a chance to meet because they were all in panels. One I've already met before, and that's Meg Letter. We're actually friends on Facebook too. So I wasn't really expecting her to be at her table first part of the morning because I know that she had like a lot going on today for like the VIP meet and greet. And also, she had a panel going on today as well. So I didn't get a chance to meet her again. And there was a couple others that I didn't get a chance to meet. And unfortunately, I couldn't get my books signed by them, but it's okay. Most of the books I did pick up were getting signed. The authors I met are absolutely phenomenal. They were so nice. Uh, Grady Hendrix, if you guys are a fan of his particular work, he actually wrote Horror Store and My Best Friend's Exorcism, and oh god, there's another book that he just wrote recently, and I believe Paul Reeds was talking about that book. If you go and watch his channel, he's an amazing booktuber too. I really respect him with the highest regard. He was talking about the book as well, and it's really it's like disappearing from my mind what book it was. But Grady Hendrix was there. He was awesome. He was so upbeat and lively, taking pictures with anybody that came up to his table. Like he would walk around the table, and would say hi to you, and take a picture with you. He was signing books, of course. And the thing that I absolutely adored about him is he was wearing like this velour red blazer jacket. He was fly today. He had his style on point. So it was really cool getting to see him and just all the authors, these amazing people in general, just sharing their love for books. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into what I got here. I am so thankful. I was telling my husband today, this morning I was like, oh, well, I don't think I need to bring a bag with me because, I shouldn't be getting that many books. And then I was thinking about it. I'm like, I better take one just in case because they probably will have some sort of freebies. And who knows what's going to happen. So I end up taking a big grocery tote bag with me. And thankfully I did because I filled it up quite a bit today. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the books I picked up. The first book that I am so stoked about is Mindy McGinnis's book, This Darkness Mine. This is one of her newer books. She's the lady, she's the author that wrote The Female of the Species, which is on my October TBR, and I'm really stoked about that. So I actually got to meet her, and I was kind of looking at, the books and stuff, and I was thinking about picking up The Female of the Species, a signed copy of it, and I'm like, no, I got that at home. And I happened to see this book, and I've seen this book a couple times pop up in like my Facebook feed. So immediately I was drawn to it. I really wanted to see, what it was all about. She was talking to me. She said it's a psychological thriller, and it's basically about a girl who's like a straight A student, has never done really anything wrong in her life until her senior year, and then all of a sudden things change, and she's wanting to do these terrible, terrible things. And she's trying to figure out the reason why this trigger has happened. So I decided to pick up a copy of this because, I was just, excited about the fact of meeting Mindy, but also she wrote The Female of the Species as well. And I've heard so many great things about her writing. I knew if I didn't pick up this book, I was going to regret it. So she did sign it, and she put a little note in there saying, "Hope be good." So it really spoke to me with that personal message there. So I did pick that up while I was there, and I got to move some of my swag. I got my swag all laid out here on my ottoman, and I have to go through all of it because it was just so much cool stuff today, so many different freebies. I also picked up a copy of, and I'm going to mess up her name, and she is such a sweet girl, Inastar Hanani. She wrote a fantasy book called Sunbolt, and it's book 1 of the Sunbolt Chronicles. I've actually never heard of this book, but she was actually at a table, and I came up and I was just looking at her stuff, and she was telling me about herself. She was also telling me about the book, and it's supposed to be a YA fantasy. And it looks like it's a very thin volume here. So probably an easy, quick read. And I really, really felt compelled to pick up a copy of the book so I could read it myself. She was absolutely sweet. She signed it as well, but I had a really good conversation with her. I was wearing my Star Wars shirt, and we resonated on that level too because she likes Star Wars. So it all worked out. Very, like I said, very interesting people there. Very approachable authors. I really enjoyed going to this particular event. The next book I picked up, and unfortunately, this is one that I didn't get signed because the author was in panels when I went up to their desk or their table, if you will. And it's called The Devil in Ohio. It's by Daria Politan. And this one sounds like it's pretty good. Like, it's a young adult, and it's about a girl who comes home one day to find out her mom has brought home a psych patient from the psych ward. And the girl that she has brought home has crazy tendencies. So I decided I wanted to read this because it just seems spooky. And of course, it's in Ohio. Why shouldn't I read it? Let's see. Next book here. This one I'm super excited about. I've heard a lot of good things about it. And it's What the Night Sings by Vesper Stamper. And this book is about the Holocaust. It's told in the eyes of somebody that is suffering through the Holocaust. And I haven't really had that much experience reading into this book. I haven't had an opportunity to really look into it, but I really wanted to check this out. A lot of people have been talking about it because it's like a hybrid of graphic novel slash just, chapter book, if you will. So I was really excited about this. And again, unfortunately, Verta was in the middle of doing, not Verta, Vesper. Vesper. Let's get it right, Hope. Vesper was in the middle of doing a panel reading at the time. So she was not at her table either, so I couldn't get signed. But I'm still happy regardless because I really wanted to get a copy of this book. Okay, dig through the bag. Next book I picked up was Love Songs and Other Lies, a novel by Jessica Pennington. I got to meet her and talk to her a little bit about this book. She was really nice as well. Just an awesome person. I could say that for everybody that I had a chance to talk to today. But this is about a girl who um, is in love with somebody. It turns out it doesn't work out and they break up, and then all of a sudden they're thrusted into a situation where they have to be together, and basically they have to acknowledge all the errors of their ways and such and find some sort of resolution in the process. I had read about this book in advance on, I think it was Amazon. They had like a little snippet inside my recommended reads, and I decided when I saw that her name was inside the brochure for Books by the Banks that I would definitely go check out this particular book as well. I'm really excited about it. Like I said, the author seems very nice and the story itself seems very interesting. Okay, let's see. Okay, this book, I actually picked this one up on the fly. I was not going to pick up anything on the fly when I first walked in, but I saw a couple books that really just kind of grabbed my attention. This is one of them. It's called The Last Best Story by Maggie Lerman. And I love the cover. I think that was the big thing. The cover really got me. And it, from what, let's see what this is all about, guys. Um, so it looks like this is about a girl by the name of Rose who is in her senior year. She writes for her school newspaper, and she is kind of grappling with the fact that she's getting tired of writing for the paper, and now all she wants is to make sure she gets to go to prom. So this is kind of her story. Obviously, there's more to it, I'm sure, but I haven't really read. Like I said, I picked this up on a whim. I just had a very good feeling about it. And Maggie was at her table when I picked it up. Maggie was awesome. She was also really nice, very approachable, talking about her passion for writing, which I enjoyed a lot. And as you can tell, she signed this as well. It's kind of hard because her handwriting is very similar to the writing of the script inside the cover. So pick that up. And let's see. Yes, this is the other one I'm really excited about. I picked this up because it actually resonates with me quite a bit because it's about authors sharing their personal struggles, and it could be anything about their writing, about life in general. And as a writer myself, I struggle so much with my writing, and in addition with having the typical stuff that a writer would have, like writer's block and just stalls in creativity, I also deal with depression and anxiety. If you have depression and anxiety, you also know that you're your worst critic of all time. Everything you do is not right. Everything you do sucks. And I've been battling this, I think I've told you guys before, ever since I was like 6 years old. I didn't really formally get clinically analyzed and diagnosed until I was about 15. And by then, I wish I would have caught it sooner because I feel like I could have really done something about it. If we caught it sooner, I think that I would be in a little bit of a better place with myself. So as a writer in particular, my biggest battle is putting it on a piece of paper. I can write down some ideas, but at the end of the day, it's still a struggle for me because of just the fact that I feel like everything I do is crap. So I really need some good motivators, especially nowadays. There's been times where I started writing and actually I can speak on this part. Meg Letter was one of the people that I met that gave me some really good sound advice about my writing. And it's slowly getting back to the process where I'm starting to pick up a pen and I'm starting to really focus on doing some sort of writing, even if it's not the best material I have. At least it's on paper and I can say it's out of my system. Um, but it's still a struggle. So I picked up this book, Life Inside My Mind. It's 31 authors share their personal struggles. It's edited by Jessica Bernhardt. And so many different people jumped in and put their information in about anything from writing to their personal life. I picked this up on a whim because I happened to see it right at the YA table, and I was like, why not? I mean, I could learn something from it, I'm sure. So let's see. I did get signed. If I could open the page. And let's see here. Yeah, I was signed by Candace Ganger, and she's actually one of the lovely ladies that wrote a piece for the book. So I'm really excited about that particular book. I think that it's going to be nice to read something that is, near and dear to my heart. This, I guess, would be the best way to describe it. The next book that I picked up that I'm super, super stoked about, and I didn't realize he was going to be there until last night, was Adib Khorram's Darius the Great is Not Okay. This book has been making its way all around BookTube quite a bit lately. I've heard so many people talk about it. His line was pretty long. I was probably in his line for about, not that long, about 15-20 minutes at the very most. But he was so sweet. I got up to his table and he was talking to me about Cincinnati, how he's really enjoyed his visit, asked me if I was a local. Just a really cool, really sweet guy. And he signed my book as well. So it was an honor meeting every single one at the Books by the Banks. I definitely will be doing that again. I'm sure next year you guys are going to be seeing a video from me. And yeah, they gave me a bunch of swag. So I'll go ahead and kind of show you some of the stuff that I got swag wise. Me and my husband walked out with a lot of different stuff. I think I've got enough bookmarks to last me a lifetime here. So let me go ahead and put these books back inside my bag. That way I can make room to show you guys the rest of the stuff that we got. Oh. Yeah, I used my handy dandy PetSmart bag. Oh my god, that was heavy. I don't know how the hell I carried that throughout the day. But they had a lot of free vendors there. A lot of them were libraries from our local area, which was really cool. Me and John got some water bottles from the Public Library of Cincinnati in Hamilton County. That's what they call it. Let's see, what else did we get? I grabbed another water bottle for myself from the Ohio Anna Library because we never seem to have enough water bottles in this house. Let's see. We got a bunch of pens. I can tell you that. I literally got a whole bag of pens. And John's like, why are you getting all these pens? And I'm like, well, because we always need pens. It's ridiculous how many pens that we go and lose throughout the year. We also got some ice scrapers. So just crazy stuff. Magnets. I mean, just everything. Highlighters. I just went a little bit insane with the freebies. I got a fan because it was so freaking hot in there. Let's see here. What else do we have? A lot of pamphlets. Like I said, a lot of bookmarks. I don't know how many freaking bookmarks I walked out with, but just a ridiculous amount. I grabbed some that also had some books on there that I really wanted to check out, but I didn't want to purchase today because of budget. You gotta be careful with that. Let's see. I got some freebie bags. So I thought this one would be cool to actually use for my books when I go to the library, but they have little backpacks, just a lot of promo swag, you know, a lot of promo swag from various companies, from various publishers. And let's see, I got a poster, and I actually ended up getting two of the same poster because I really wanted one for my desk at work. Actually, you know what? I think they're all different. Yeah, so it looks like, oh, this might be cool to give to somebody like a kid, but I grabbed that poster. And let's see, is that the same? Yeah, it looks like I got the same posters. That's okay. They were free. I'll use them for something, I'm sure. But yeah, I did walk out with quite a bit of stuff here. I thought it was very, very fun. And they also had a strings ensemble there that was made up of a bunch of kids ranging from like, I think 8 years old up, and they had adults there playing violin. That's annoying, isn't it? I'm sorry. I'm going to stop. So they had just all kinds of people there, all walks of life. It was really cool, and it was definitely an experience that I look forward to doing again in the near future. They also had some indie publishers there that you could talk to if you were looking into publishing your own stuff. You know, kind of where to go and what resources to use, which I think that was really nice to have. A few of the universities was there as well to basically try to show you that you can do like creative writing through the university as well. So a whole bunch of stuff. Even John seemed to enjoy himself, and usually it's one of those things that if it's involving a book, he's not going to enjoy it that much as I do. So it was really cool, and he was really awesome about it. He took me as my sweetest day. So happy sweetest day. Hope you got some books. Enjoy yourself. But other than that, that was really all we did today. Like I said, in last night's video, we are doing a live show this afternoon. Once we get that information in place, all you have to do is go over to Brandy's channel, and that's Books with Brandy Shanae, and she's going to have the live show there. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys out there, kind of hearing your thoughts on the Lay's Guide to Petticoats and Piracy. I almost said Books and Piracy. Wow, Hope, you're just stuck in books right now, bookland. All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. And again, I'm sorry I couldn't get actual video of the whole event. I wish I could have, because it was quite phenomenal. But it is what it is, you know. I definitely didn't want to get kicked out of Duke because you know, doing bad things. It's not bad. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.